A few weeks ago, I met with people from my community, constituents, who were here for the March for Life. And when we went into the room, we knew that we did not agree on reproductive health policy. But when we left the room, what we did agree upon was one thing. We were terribly disappointed that this body refused to take up the governor's dangerous abortion ban that many had campaigned on for years. And yet when the time came, neither side was given the opportunity to debate. And I'll share here what I shared with my constituents. It won't happen because they know that women in Virginia don't want their lives endangered. They know that our current law is safe, backed by professionals, and puts the health of women first. And two people who didn't agree on anything, we agreed on that. These constituents also shared their support of a bill they called the Women Should Know Act. And while I didn't agree with the bill and I voted against it several times, I was actually inspired by the title because women should know. Women should know that while more than half of this body walked out a few weeks ago to go take a photo op with the March for Life ralliers, not one person came back into this building and demanded that a fair hearing be had for the governor's dangerous abortion ban. Women should know that while the majority party in this body claims to be pro-life, many of the votes and decisions taken have been anything but pro-life. You cannot be pro-life and vote against health care for poor children, including those who are facing cancer. You can't be pro-life and kill legislation that would help women recovering from miscarriages. You can't be pro-life and remove funding that would help poor women who have received the most devastating diagnosis. So is it pro-life or is it pro-photo opportunity? Or is it anti-woman? And I don't come to you or go this hard on reproductive freedom because it is the political thing to do. Women are not your political talking points. Our bodies and our health are not just fodder for your campaign flyers. I don't come to you telling you the story of a friend. I come to you because I've been that woman in the doctor's office being told that your life is in danger due to complications. And I didn't need a politician in the room with me. And I was very fortunate that my doctor was able to make the decision for my life and the life of my child without having to call his lawyer. So, Mr. Speaker, when we get up here in this body and we want to debate constitutional law, just know that on this side of the aisle, the lawyers have been consulted. And Virginia's law is safe and backed by medical professionals, because that's who should be making decisions, women and medical professionals. We need honesty. We don't need dishonest legislation that puts our lives in danger. We don't need politicians being the savior of women and telling our stories. We can tell them for ourselves. And Mr. Speaker, what the women of Virginia need most is for politicians to keep their hands off our bodies, out of our uteruses, and let us make decisions for us. So as I shared with my constituents, one thing you will always get on this side of the aisle is honesty. One thing you will always get on this side of the aisle is clarity on where we stand. We won't hide behind bills. We won't not docket the bills. We will put them up for a vote and let people from both sides come and do what this body was intended to do. But unfortunately, our colleagues won't put their rhetoric from the streets here on the floor of the House. It's only in convenient crowds when you can speak what you need to say. So I'll close with this. The same polls that people love to share to say, the governor is so popular. If you go a little further down, that same poll says that more than 60% of women in Virginia believe that our current law is safe and should be protected. So believe the women and believe that we don't need a savior. We demand to make decisions for us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.